Good morning everyone. My topic is all about qualitative item analysis, judgmentally based improvement procedure. At the end of the lesson, students are expected to define and explain the purpose of qualitative item analysis. Second, understand the timing of qualitative item analysis. And the third, analyze the advantages and limitations of review methods. So, what is item analysis? Item analysis are measurements used for evaluating the effectiveness of test structures, performance assessments, and essay questions. It enables teachers to improve and enhance their skills in writing test items, which coincides with the assessment development process, as it helps refine test items, making them more valid and reliable for measuring student performance. So, through the help of item analysis, nai-improve ang writing skills ng isang individual at maiiwasan ang biases. As it was stated here, nagiging mas valid at reliable ang pag-measure ng student performance dahil sa item analysis. We have two types of item analysis. First is the qualitative item analysis and the second is quantitative item analysis. First, we have quantitative item analysis. Quantitative item analysis mainly objective and applicable to exams that are multiple choice or answer choices that are already defined to be chosen from. It is restricted to these types of courses and these types of exams, but it is useless for rating essays. Essays are too subjective and for these types of exam. On the other hand, we have qualitative item analysis. Qualitative item analysis is a process of evaluating test item based on subjective criteria such as clarity, relevance, alignment with learning objectives, and the quality of the questions themselves. Qualitative item analysis would be a measurement of test item on the more subjective elements, such as long answers and essay exams. So, si qualitative is subjective and ang si qualitative daw is subjective and is based on mainly on personal opinion, feelings, and interpretation, while si quantitative is objective at based on facts lang. So why do we do a qualitative item analysis? By conducting a qualitative item analysis can uncover issues such as poorly worded questions, bias, or misalignment with the curriculum. This step is crucial in creating fair, meaningful, and impactful assessment. When do we do a qualitative item analysis? Qualitative item analysis is typically conducted before administering a test to ensure that each item is clear, relevant, and aligned with learning objectives. It helps educators and test developers refine questions by identifying ambiguities, biases, or misleading wording. This process is crucial during the test development phase to improve validity and reliability. Now, let's move on to three types of review methods, which is self-review, peer review, and student review. We will go first at self-review. Self-review is a procedure to observe, analyze, and calculate the worth of effort contributed by an individual by the self. It can take place on an individual or an organization level. Self-review from the word self. Ibig sabihin, i-review mo ang sarili mong gawa or i-critique mo yung sarili. We have here the advantages of self-review. First, allows reflection on past accomplishments and mistakes, provides a basis for planning future goals and objectives, can be a driving force for motivation, and lastly, reminds manager of an employee's accomplishments and challenges. Now we are done with the advantages. Now we will going to the disadvantages of self-review. First is personal biases may influence the review, affecting its accuracy and fairness. It has a limited perspective. It is time consuming. Some people may find self-evaluation overwhelming, especially when assessing weaknesses. Self-review may not lead to meaningful improvement due to the lack of accountability. For example, a teacher creates a quiz on spelling. They check it themselves before giving it to students and realize one of the questions says, "What is the spelling of cat?" But they accidentally answer, "dog." The teacher fixes it before handing out the quiz. So dito is gi-check muna ng teacher kung tama ba yung nalagay niya before handing it out sa mga students niya. So, peer review. Peer review, sometimes referred to as refereeing, is the process of evaluating submissions to an academic journal. Using strict criteria, a panel of reviewers in the same subject area decides whether to accept each submission for publications. Peer-reviewed articles are considered a highly credible source due to the stringent process they go through before publication. So, sa peer review is, ibig sabihin, mga kapwa, students, or friends mo ang mag-review ng work mo. Then, magbigay sila ng feedback about sa work mo. Nakakatulong din ito para masiguro na credible at reliable ang gawa mo. They are also experts in that field, kaya masisiguro na alam talaga nila kung ano yung gina-assess nila na work. So, we have here the advantages of peer review. First is builds student investment in writing and encourages critical thinking skills, validates academic work, improves the quality of published research, and increases networking, provides feedback on the effectiveness of communication, and allows you to see other people's perspectives on issues raised, acts as a filter, ensuring that research is properly verified before being published. And lastly, allows us to receive constructive feedback that help us recognize our mistakes, learn how to better handle similar problems in future projects, and work on hidden talents. So, mas nagiging credible, mas napapa-improve, at nakikita natin kung saan tayo nagkamali at kung paano natin baguhin ito. Next is the disadvantages of peer review. We have here the disadvantages of peer review. Peer review can be biased, favoring well-known authors or institutions over quality research. The process is time-consuming, delaying the publication of important studies. Reviewers may have limited diversity, resulting in a narrow perspectives. There is potential for misuse, as editors and as reviewers may reject papers based on personal preferences. Lastly, fraud detection is challenging, as peer reviewers cannot always verify the authenticity of research. So, one of the great disadvantage is nagte-take ng time ang peer review, kasi kailangan mo pa na maghintay sa peers mo kung kailan sila free or kung kailan nila matapos na i-assess yung gawa mo. It can also be biased kasi pwedeng friend mo pala ang mga nag-review ng work tapos ayaw ka lang niya na masaktan pag sinabi niya na may mali sa gawa mo. Here the example of peer review. The teacher asks another teacher to look at the quiz. The peer notices that one question is too hard for that grade level. What is the meaning of the Latin root word spectar? They suggest replacing it with simpler like what is the plural of box. So like dito is nalaman agad ng co-teacher niya na mukhang mahirap yung question. So gipalitan niya ng mas simple like sa report ni Hazel na mas student review. Student review refers to the process where students evaluate their own or their peers' work, providing feedback to improve learning and understanding. It helps develop critical thinking, self-assessment, and collaborative skills. So dito naman is wide range na ng population ang needed. Like ang students, 'di ba, meron tayong faculty evaluation. Pwede 'yon maging example ng student review kasi through facility evaluation, nalalaman ng mga teachers kung ano pa ang kailangan nilang i-develop based on their students' point of view. So the advantages of student review is it encourages critical thinking, enhances learning, promotes collaboration where students engage in discussions, fostering teamwork and communication, develops self-assessment skills that help students reflect on their own strengths and areas for improvement. Lastly, provides constructive feedback that encourages students to give and receive valuable insights for growth. So dito is nagpapa-enhance ito ng learning kasi natututo ang teacher sa kanyang student on what to improve, and it also help student na mag-reflect also on themselves kung saan sila magaling at saan sila mahina. It also promotes growth kasi through this nakaka-receive tayo ng constructive criticism which will make us grow na magagamit natin in the long run. And lastly, we have the disadvantages of student review. First is the lack of expertise, bias and favoritism, inconsistent feedback, limited perspective, potential for misinterpretation. So sa disadvantage naman is hindi talaga magiging consistent ang feedback kasi iba-iba naman tayo ng opinion, and kung ano ang naranasan mo doon ay posibleng hindi man naranasan ng iba. Pwede rin na siya ang ma-misinterpret at mag-lead sa away. For example, the teacher tries out the quiz with a small group of students before giving it to the whole class. One student says the question spell the word elephant is confusing because I thought you were asking about animal meaning, not spelling. The teacher adjusts the wording to how do you spell the word elephant. Dito is parang naghingi muna sila ng opinion ng iba bago nila gibigay sa buong class to determine na reliable ang question at hindi ganon kahirap. So, that's all. Thank you.